today I'm going to be talking about what to do when you get art blocks. I know there's a billion of these kinds of videos out there, but hopefully this one will be informative somehow. Like any other creative person on the planet, I've definitely had my fair share of art blocks. It's usually the result of my mental state at the time. Usually if I'm feeling kind of down in general, tends to be the result of me seeing someone else do really amazing work and comparing myself to them and kind of having an irrational thought of like, oh, they're so good and I'm never gonna be that good and all the stuff I make is terrible. Don't ever compare yourself to other people. It's not productive in the slightest. But doing that definitely causes art blocks for me, and in general just not being too happy with anything I've drawn recently, or feeling like I can't come up with any new ideas that really kind of like I'm excited about. Tends to result in just like art blocks. It's really hard when you have an art block because you just want to get past it and you want to create cool new things, but you can't because your brain is just not there in the moment anymore. And all you want is just for it to go away just immediately. The kind of natural instinct, at least for me, is to just brute force it and just hope that eventually you just like you break through and then it's gone and you're back where you were. And it doesn't really usually work that way. You end up having to kind of be patient about it, something I'm pretty terrible about in general. I'm not a patient person. But here are some ideas of how you can get past your art block. Number one, should be the most obvious idea, is just take a break, just rest. Don't try to draw or create or anything like that. Just, I don't know, like just kind of just take a break, rest. Catch up on sleep if you haven't been sleeping a whole lot lately. Go on a walk, go outside, just kind of clear your mind, meditate. Take a relaxing bath if you got a clean bathtub, which I don't, but if you do, then more power to you. That's gross, I don't know why I shared that. Once you just kind of clear your mind, and because as I stated before, art blocks kind of, at least for me, result from very negative emotions and thoughts, and so clearing your mind of all that negativity and just trying to bring yourself back to a positive a positive place, a positive state of mind, you'll find that the creativity kind of comes back. Number two, listening to music. I definitely get lots of inspiration from music. I think most pieces that I do are inspired by music in some way. In fact, I did a whole Inktober thing last year where every single piece was based off of an interpretation of a lyric to a song. You'll find that like sometimes for me, like a lyric will kind of stand out to me, and like my visual for that lyric kind of like comes forth and I want to draw that, or maybe the way something sounds, like if I listen to a song that has a very kind of atmospheric, spacey kind of sound, I like want to encapsulate that in a piece, and I get a lot of ideas that way. Number three, and this kind of is the same with music, but reading books is a great way to get ideas. Recently, I've actually been kind of reading an astronomy book. I've always been into astronomy ever since I was a kid, and I kind of wanted to get back to it, so I've been reading a book about astronomy, and kind of that act of expanding your mind and learning about the world around you can kind of give you a new perspective on things and create a lot of ideas that you can use. Number four, writing in a journal. If you write in your journal every day, maybe about like what you did that day or the feelings you've been having and things like that, you'll be able to kind of look back on that and draw inspiration from the feelings you had, or maybe like, for example, like today I went to the coffee shop and saw a cat walking outside or something like that, and you could turn that into an illustration. Draw a person sitting at a cafe and looking out and seeing a little cat friend, except cats aren't friends. I shouldn't say that, dogs are better though. Kind of observing the world around you. You know, things that might seem mundane actually make for really good illustrations because there's stuff that everyone can relate to. And lastly, if you're very, very insistent on drawing, practice the things you suck at. So if you suck at drawing hands, draw a bunch of hands. If you suck at drawing plants, draw a bunch of flowers and trees and stuff. Suck at drawing buildings, draw a lot of buildings. And by practicing a lot, you'll acquire a new skill. You'll suddenly be able to have this whole category of things that you can draw that you've never drawn before, just because you practiced. And there's a whole lot more you can do when you have a lot more tools at your disposal. So yep, those are some of my ideas about how you can get over your art block. I hope that was helpful to you guys in some way. If there's ever anything else that you want me to talk about, leave a comment with your questions, and maybe I can make a video about it and address it at a future date. So, okay, hope you guys liked the video. Thanks for stopping by and chatting with me. I guess it's not really chatting with me, I'm just talking at your face. But you want to see the guinea pigs? Because